The Stoic sunrise, crafting a morning routine for a life of purpose and peace. The dawn breaks, painting the sky with hues of possibility, a fresh canvas upon which to paint the day. But how often do we greet this daily miracle with a hurried rush, a checklist of anxieties, instead of a mindful embrace? Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, urged us to consider the preciousness of life at daybreak, to remind ourselves that we are here to fulfill our purpose as human beings. He questioned whether our destiny was merely to remain cocooned in comfort, or to actively engage with the world, contributing to its betterment. This serves as the starting point for a journey into the heart of Stoicism, a philosophy not of passive resignation, but of active engagement with life's challenges and a cultivation of inner peace. This exploration will weave together the wisdom of ancient Stoics with modern practices, creating a powerful morning routine designed to instill a sense of purpose, gratitude, and resilience, ultimately transforming not just our mornings, but the very fabric of our lives. We'll delve into practical exercises, mindful reflections, and the core principles of Stoicism, drawing inspiration from a comprehensive video that explores these themes. However, this isn't just a rehash. It's an expansion, a deeper dive into the philosophical underpinnings, the psychological benefits, and the practical applications of Stoic principles, interwoven with original insights and perspectives. This journey into the Stoic sunrise is designed to be more than just informative. It is intended to be transformative, embracing impermanence, a cosmic perspective. The first step in crafting a Stoic morning is to confront the fundamental truth of existence, impermanence. The Stoics understood that everything is in a state of constant flux, from the grandest cosmic entities to the most minute details of our daily lives. This awareness, far from being a source of despair, is actually the foundation for profound appreciation. The video highlights the importance of meditating on the impermanence of all things, suggesting a quiet moment of reflection before the distractions of the day take hold. In essence, this meditative practice involves envisioning the vastness of the cosmos, the birth and death of stars, the swirling of galaxies, and the fleeting nature of everything within this cosmic dance. The experience of zooming out, visualizing our planet as a tiny speck in the grand scheme of existence, can lead to a shift in perspective, allowing us to appreciate the beauty and fragility of our own lives. This isn't about feeling insignificant. It's about recognizing the immense privilege of being alive, of experiencing this fleeting moment in time. Beyond the video's guidance, the concept of impermanence, deeply rooted in Stoic thought, invites a deeper exploration of its transformative power. Seneca, the Roman Stoic, famously said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Recognizing the ephemeral nature of existence compels us to make conscious choices about how we spend our time, energy, and attention. It forces us to confront our priorities, to ask ourselves what truly matters in the face of inevitable change. In the morning, this contemplation can be particularly potent. By reminding ourselves that this day, like all others, is finite, we are more likely to approach it with intention and purpose. We become less likely to be swept away by trivial concerns, and more likely to focus on actions and relationships that align with our values. The practice of meditating on impermanence can also be expanded to encompass more personal reflections. We can consider the changing nature of our own bodies, our relationships, and our careers. Nothing remains static. Everything evolves, decays, and eventually transforms. This understanding can help us to accept the inevitable losses and disappointments that life inevitably brings. Instead of clinging to the past or fearing the future, we can learn to embrace the present moment, appreciating it for its inherent value. Further, considering the concept of impermanence in context of personal relations, it emphasizes the value of the time we have with loved ones and the importance of expressing our appreciation of them regularly. In practical terms, this morning meditation might involve visualizing a specific object, like a flower, and observing its gradual decay. Or it might involve reflecting on a past event, acknowledging its impact on our lives, but also recognizing that it is now just a memory. The key is to cultivate a sense of detachment, to observe the flow of life without judgment or resistance. By doing so, we can develop a deeper appreciation for the present moment and a greater acceptance of the inevitable changes that lie ahead. This embrace of impermanence allows us to live more fully and meaningfully, transforming our fear of death into a celebration of life. The power of the pen, journaling for self-discovery. The second Stoic practice to cultivate a morning of purpose and peace is the act of journaling. The video suggests that keeping a diary is not simply about documenting events, but about exploring our inner world, a powerful tool for self-reflection, grounding, and even healing. It encourages us to find a journal that resonates with us, a space where we can be honest and free from judgment. The process involves emptying our minds, writing down whatever comes to us, whether it be dreams, emotions, or expectations for the day ahead. Beyond the video's advice, the Stoic emphasis on self-reflection makes journaling a critical component of personal growth. It is an active process of engaging with our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, a way to understand ourselves more deeply and to identify areas for improvement. Marcus Aurelius' Meditations, a cornerstone of Stoic literature, was in essence his personal journal, a record of his struggles, reflections, and attempts to apply Stoic principles to his daily life. He wrote not for publication, but for himself, as a way to clarify his thinking and to hold himself accountable to his values. The benefits of journaling extend far beyond mere self-awareness. Studies have shown that it can reduce stress, improve mood, and enhance cognitive function. The act of writing can help us to process difficult emotions, to gain perspective on challenging situations, and to develop coping mechanisms. Furthermore, journaling can be a powerful tool for identifying patterns in our behavior, both positive and negative. By tracking our thoughts and actions over time, we can gain insights into our strengths and weaknesses and make conscious efforts to change unproductive habits. From a modern psychological perspective, journaling offers a space for emotional processing, similar to what therapists encourage in talk therapy. By putting feelings into words, individuals are often better able to understand and manage them. For example, if a person is feeling anxious about an upcoming presentation, writing about those anxieties in a journal can help them identify the specific fears that are driving the anxiety. This can then lead to more targeted strategies for managing those fears, such as practicing the presentation or reframing negative thoughts. In practical terms, a Stoic journaling practice might involve several key elements. The video recommends starting with gratitude, writing down 3 things we are truly grateful for. This simple act can shift our focus from what we lack to what we have, cultivating a sense of contentment and appreciation. We can then move on to self-reflection, asking ourselves questions like, are we living in accordance with our values? Where do we act on impulse instead of reason? How can we improve today? These questions are not intended to induce guilt or self-criticism, but to promote self-awareness and a commitment to personal growth. Finally, the video advises us to write an intention for the day, a simple statement or commitment based on Stoic virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. This intention serves as a moral compass, guiding our actions and decisions throughout the day. For example, we might write, "Today, I will be patient with others," or "Today, I will act with courage in the face of adversity." This intention is not a goal to be achieved, but a quality to be embodied, a reminder of the kind of person we aspire to be. To develop this practice further, it is essential to create a consistent structure and a dedicated space for journaling. Setting aside even just 15 to 20 minutes each morning can make a significant difference. Experiment with different journaling prompts to encourage deeper self-reflection. These could include questions about our fears, our values, our relationships, or our goals. It is also helpful to review our journals periodically, looking for patterns and insights that we may have missed in the moment. This ongoing process of self-reflection can lead to profound personal growth and a greater sense of meaning and purpose in our lives. Intentions versus goals, navigating with values. The third essential practice is the conscious setting of daily intentions, distinguishing them from the more common pursuit of goals. The video emphasizes that while goals focus on the future, on outcomes and achievements, intentions are rooted in the present, centered on our values and the person we aspire to be. The Stoics understood the difference between what we can control and what we cannot. Goals often depend on external factors, circumstances beyond our direct influence. Intentions, however, reside entirely within our power. They are daily expressions of our values, a conscious choice of how we want to live in the world, regardless of external circumstances. Expanding upon the video's insight, we recognize that the distinction between goals and intentions is not about dismissing the importance of achievement, but about shifting the focus from external validation to internal alignment. Setting goals can be motivating and can provide a sense of direction, but if we become too attached to the outcome, we risk disappointment and frustration. The Stoics advocated for focusing on the process, on the actions we can control, rather than on the results we cannot. Intentions provide a framework for this process-oriented approach. They're not about achieving a specific outcome, but about embodying a particular virtue or quality in our daily interactions. In the context of Stoic philosophy, intentions are closely linked to the concept of virtue. The Stoics believe that virtue is the only true good, and that it is the source of all happiness and fulfillment. Living a virtuous life means acting in accordance with reason, wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. Setting daily intentions based on these virtues can help us to cultivate these qualities in our own lives. For example, if we intend to be more patient, we are consciously choosing to respond to challenging situations with understanding and compassion, rather than with anger or frustration. If we intend to be more courageous, we are choosing to face our fears and to act in accordance with our values, even when it is difficult. From a practical perspective, setting daily intentions involves reflecting on the kind of day we want to have and the kind of person we want to be. The video suggests asking ourselves questions like, do I want to be patient, accepting each moment as it is? Do I want to be compassionate, understanding that everyone has their own struggles? Or do I want to be brave, facing difficulties head-on? These questions help us to identify the qualities we want to embody and to translate them into concrete intentions. Furthermore, daily intentions are not simply empty pronouncements. They require conscious effort and attention throughout the day. We must be mindful of our thoughts, emotions, and actions and constantly ask ourselves whether we are living in accordance with our intentions. This requires a high degree of self-awareness and a willingness to challenge our own ingrained patterns of behavior. The video provides examples of intentions, such as being more mindful of our words, seeking to understand different perspectives, or finding peace in the midst of chaos. These intentions are not meant to be ticked off a list, but to guide our actions and reactions, helping us to align our choices with our inner values. In practice, intentions provide a framework for evaluating our actions and decisions throughout the day. At the end of the day, we can reflect on how well we lived in accordance with our intentions. Did we act with patience, compassion, or courage? Where do we fall short? And what can we learn from those experiences? This ongoing process of self-reflection is essential for personal growth and for cultivating a virtuous life. This continuous process of reflecting on our actions and behaviors can help to make our intentions an ingrained part of who we are, embracing discomfort, strengthening the spirit. The fourth Stoic suggestion from the video is that we intentionally embrace discomfort. In a world increasingly geared towards comfort and convenience, the Stoics understood that discomfort is a necessary catalyst for growth and resilience. They actively sought out small discomforts as a way to strengthen their spirit and prepare themselves for life's inevitable challenges. The video refers to a historical philosopher who advised spending time with simple food and clothing, not to inflict suffering, but to break our dependence on external comforts and remind us of our inner strength. Building on this concept, embracing discomfort is not about masochism or seeking out unnecessary pain. It is about challenging our ingrained habits and expanding our comfort zones. It is about recognizing that we are often capable of more than we think we are, and that by pushing ourselves beyond our perceived limitations, we can unlock new levels of strength, resilience, and self-reliance. In modern society, many of us are accustomed to living in a state of constant comfort. We have access to endless entertainment, readily available food, and climate-controlled environments. While these comforts can be enjoyable and convenient, they can also make us soft and vulnerable. We become overly reliant on external stimuli and less capable of coping with adversity. Embracing discomfort, therefore, is a way to counteract this trend, to cultivate our inner resources and prepare ourselves for the inevitable challenges that life will throw our way. From a psychological perspective, voluntarily exposing ourselves to discomfort can help us to develop a greater sense of self-efficacy, the belief in our ability to cope with challenging situations. When we successfully navigate a difficult experience, we gain confidence in our ability to handle future challenges. This increased self-efficacy can lead to greater resilience, a reduced fear of failure, and a willingness to take on new challenges. The video gives examples of embracing voluntary discomfort as taking a cold shower, skipping the first cup of coffee, meditating on past challenges, or walking or biking to work. These are not acts of self-punishment, but rather exercises in self-discipline and mental toughness. The cold shower, for example, can be a shock to the system, but can also be invigorating and energizing, reminding us of our ability to overcome resistance. Skipping the coffee can help us to recognize that our drive and motivation come from within, not from external stimulants. Meditating on past challenges can help us to appreciate our own resilience and to learn from our experiences. And walking or biking to work can provide us with a sense of physical accomplishment and a greater appreciation for our surroundings. Beyond the ideas discussed in the video, other possibilities for embracing discomfort include fasting intermittently, spending time in nature without technology, volunteering for a cause that pushes us outside our comfort zone, or engaging in a challenging physical activity. The key is to choose activities that are challenging but not overwhelming, and to approach them with a mindset of curiosity and self-discovery. It is also important to be mindful of our own limitations and to avoid pushing ourselves to the point of injury or exhaustion. Voluntarily embracing discomfort helps us to appreciate the comforts we already have and realize that they are not essential for our happiness or well-being. It allows us to let go of unnecessary attachments and to discover a sense of inner freedom that is independent of external conditions. By choosing discomfort, we are not harming ourselves, but rather empowering ourselves, tapping into a deeper source of strength and resilience. It is a valuable practice for cultivating a Stoic mindset and for living a more meaningful and fulfilling life. The power of presence, mindfulness, and meditation. The fifth and final step in the Stoic morning ritual, as highlighted in the video, is the practice of mindfulness and meditation. Both mindfulness and Stoicism emphasize the importance of our perceptions and the power of the present moment. The video suggests dedicating time each morning to center ourselves in the here and now, observing our breath, thoughts, and emotions without judgment. This practice aligns well with the Stoic focus on separating events from our judgments about them. Expanding on this concept, mindfulness and meditation are not about emptying our minds or achieving a state of blissful detachment. They are about cultivating awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations as they arise, without getting carried away by them. It's about learning to observe our inner world with curiosity and compassion, rather than with judgment or resistance. In the context of Stoicism, mindfulness and meditation can help us to develop a greater understanding of our own cognitive biases and emotional triggers. The Stoics believe that many of our problems stem from our irrational beliefs and judgments, rather than from the events themselves. By practicing mindfulness, we can become more aware of these beliefs and judgments and begin to challenge them. For example, if we tend to react with anger when someone criticizes us, mindfulness can help us to observe that anger as it arises, to recognize the underlying beliefs that are fueling it, and to choose a more rational response. From a scientific perspective, mindfulness and meditation have been shown to have numerous benefits for both mental and physical health. Studies have found that they can reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, improve focus and concentration, and even lower blood pressure. These benefits are thought to be due to the way that mindfulness and meditation affect the brain, increasing activity in areas associated with attention and emotional regulation, and decreasing activity in areas associated with stress and rumination. In practical terms, the video suggests finding a quiet place, adopting a comfortable posture, closing our eyes, and directing our attention inward. We can start by simply observing our breath, feeling it go in and out, and gently redirecting our attention back to the breath whenever our minds wander. We can also observe our thoughts and emotions as they arise, imagining them as leaves on a stream or clouds in the sky, simply letting them pass without getting caught up in them. Furthermore, meditation and mindfulness, when practiced with the goal of detaching emotions, can be highly beneficial in a professional environment. One can have a clear mind about the task at hand, without letting past interactions or future anxieties hinder the ability to make a logical decision. Daily meditation is an ideal practice in preparation for stressful tasks. The video also recommends dedicating the last moments of meditation to reflecting on a Stoic teaching or quote, such as amor fati, the love of fate. Amor fati means embracing every moment, every event, every challenge, and every victory as a gift, as the very essence of life. It is an invitation to not just accept, but to love the circumstances life presents, whether joy or sorrow, success or failure. Starting the day with the practice of amor fati is an act of profound acceptance and gratitude. It is not a way to escape reality, but a way to love reality, no matter how it appears. Beyond the ideas discussed in the video, other ways to incorporate mindfulness into our morning routine include practicing mindful eating, paying attention to the sensations of taste, texture, and smell as we eat our breakfast, practicing mindful walking, focusing on the sensations of our feet touching the ground as we walk, or simply taking a few moments to appreciate the beauty of our surroundings, noticing the colors, shapes, and textures of the world around us. By incorporating mindfulness and meditation into our morning routine, we can cultivate a greater sense of presence, acceptance, and gratitude, setting the stage for a day lived with intention, purpose, and peace. This practice allows us to approach life with greater clarity and equanimity, responding to challenges with wisdom and resilience, and appreciating the simple joys of everyday life. The Stoic Compass. Key takeaways for a meaningful life. In conclusion, crafting a Stoic morning routine is not about adhering to a rigid set of rules, but about cultivating a mindset of wisdom, resilience, and inner peace. It is about consciously choosing to approach each day with intention, purpose, and gratitude, regardless of the external circumstances. The practices outlined in this exploration, inspired by the comprehensive video and expanded with deeper insights, provide a powerful framework for transforming not just our mornings, but our lives as a whole. These practices, rooted in the wisdom of the ancient Stoics and supported by modern psychological research, offer a path towards a more meaningful and fulfilling life. By incorporating them into our daily routine, we can cultivate inner peace, develop resilience in the face of adversity, and live in accordance with our values. Each sunrise presents a new opportunity to embrace life with thankfulness, courage, and affection. Embrace the Stoic sunrise and discover the transformative power of a life lived with intention and purpose.